the things you don't want to say are the things that are most important to say.
That's actually from the manifesto of a Nazi file.
I think there should be American domination over space. What's the alternative?
I think it's just like, very fascist.
Welcome back to Horseshoe Theory, the only podcast that platforms breadtubers. Where in Hell is a socio-political, cultural, but most importantly, our boy, who is currently on an anti-slop kick. Where in Hell is the kind of guy to spend 3 months on a single episode of his show, which may have made him a little annoyed about how easily slop proliferates. In this episode, Where in Hell explains his current obsession on satellites. Brogan completely refuses to stop complaining about MAGA communism, and J-Reg, desperately tries to keep everyone on topic and fails. Sink it to your chair and become one with it for this one.
Hello, and welcome back to Horseshoe Theory. Where in Hell is an entrepreneur, an artist, and he's got a big course he's gonna tell us about.
Yeah,
Philanthropist. You know, you're really like a philosopher. One man.
This tangent isn't bringing me joy anymore. We're in hell. We're in hell.
We're in hell.
We certainly are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reverse funnel. I once had I got pitched on like a pyramid scheme by like a guy I went to like elementary school with, which like have you ever had the like you're getting pitched on a pyramid scheme when you get like guy who like you knew in grade 6 being like, hey, I really want to get in touch with you because I always knew you were smart. You recognize my business acumen when we were 12. But this guy like invited me over to his house and like pitched me on a pyramid scheme. There was me and this one other dude who I think the other guy who was like being pitched was in on it because he kept like asking questions where it would be like, I have a question. It seems like there's no way not to make money on this. You'd be like, you're right. But then like I left and then ran into someone who I also went to elementary school with, like when I was walking home, and I was like, yeah, I just like ran into this guy, like he was like pitching me on a pyramid scheme. He was like, well, no, it's a reverse funnel system.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
You're an entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur.
And you're gonna teach us how to make slop content.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I'm Sam. I run a YouTube channel called We're in Hell.
We're gonna introduce you in the intro.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess we're gonna talk about how like not making slop content, I guess. Because I don't know, yeah, like I for anyone who doesn't, like know my stuff, I started out basically making whatever weird shit, but then I kind of found my niche by talking about bad reality shows, and using that as like sort of like a jumping off point to talk about whatever like issue I really wanted to talk about.
Wait, go up. Look at those views. Those are some sexy views.
Those are some sexy views.
Those are some big numbers.
Those are big numbers. Long videos, big numbers.
We're in videos, big numbers.
We're in hell. How do you feel about the big numbers?
I like when numbers go burr. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. I can say that.
So are you saying I can get the big numbers by not making slop content?
I mean, you can. You will also, if you look at the upload dates, you'll notice there's also big numbers in between.
Oh, yes. It seems you spend months and months on your projects.
Yes. I in fact, spent 6 months on a 2-hour and 40-minute video that I made very little money off of.
Damn.
Because I got copyright strike.
Yeah, scroll up. I remember when we met, you were working on... You had basically just published... Wait. The Jordan Peterson
That
video.
was, we met when I was like working on that. I think like
Yeah, interesting.
And then, I did the Area 51 video, which took like 3 months. That one I'm like very happy with. I'm like pretty proud of that. I think that's like time well spent. And then I spent 6 months working on this Nick and Vanessa Lachey Must Be Stopped video. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes. That was sort of my like, I'm done making reality show video. Here's a massive one. Then I spent 3 months on Internet is All Over. I'm trying to turn out another video, which hopefully will be up when this goes up. I'm trying to get to 2 months and like under an hour. And
are you willing to reveal the topic?
Yeah, it's about satellites. It's about it's for spooky season, so it's like I think the title I'm thinking I'm going to do is Satellites and the Fear of Being Remembered. The idea is going to be about how satellites in high Earth orbit are never going to come down, and so those will, or in certain orbits, will never come down, and so those will or look up a geostationary orbit if you want. But yeah, those are satellites that handle a lot of like telecommunication stuff, and those will never come down and will probably be the last evidence that humans ever existed. And if you look at the story of them, it's not it doesn't paint a very good picture of humanity, is sort of the idea of the video. But
what picture does it paint of humanity, of the satellites?
Oh, I mean, it's it perfectly mirrors like colonialism, and then there's like a whole like history of satellites with like
space colonialism.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Can I get? Why don't I just get autistic about satellites for an hour and a half? Fuck whatever plan I had.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I was looking through a book of like just all like it's from like the 80s of like all the satellites that are up, and it's very autistic, but it's cool. It's I don't know. I find it interesting, but anyway, yeah. Basically, yeah. Like I guess the thing with this though is that something I've complained to both of you a bunch is how now not doing like stuff where I just like I'm not doing dunking videos anymore because
That's slop.
It feels like slop. It feels very lazy. I don't know, and it just feels like I don't know, just like.
What about all the friends of the show that we have that make dunking videos?
I mean,
which is to say, just the one guy that we're thinking about.
I mean, like. How happy is that guy with his content?
He doesn't like his content. We're talking about Noah Samson. He freely admits he doesn't like the main channel stuff.
The chud dunking.
The chud dunking, and also enjoys his second channel Noah Time much more.
Oh look, there you are. There you are right there.
And he was recognized, actually, I think more for the Noah Time when he was at the studio, which he was quite happy about.
Yeah, I mean, his Noah Time stuff is always funny to me because he. Like it's a lot of like ADHD advice. I remember like I saw that, and then I had talked to my therapist about like how like I was like, yeah, like you know, I'm thinking I might like make like YouTube videos that are like sort of like me giving like advice on like ADHD, and she was like just like you want to do that? Are you sure?
Wait, Jesus, go just mouse over that first. Go mouse over the first video there. Holy shit. Damn.
He do be jacked. That's true.
That's a good build.
It's not
fair.
That's a solid fucking build.
Yeah.
Fair.
Damn, he's got the fucking capped ass fucking mid delt. God damn.
Okay, so no more dunking videos. Go back to
hot damn.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like one of the things I feel like I realized, and like why it's so much harder now making non-dunking videos, is that like with dunking videos, it's something I kind of taken for granted, is that like half the video is kind of written for you in the sense that like, here's a bad thing. It's very easy to fact check something, you know, like that's not really writing. Like it's very easy to just be like someone saying stuff. I'll look it up and like, let's just like pull up everything that they're like saying and like just like finding how, yeah, it's like, it's wrong, which is a very easy way to write a video because it like gives you like this neat springboard to sort of use that as a way of jumping off and talking about other stuff. And I don't know, it feels like a crutch to me. And I kind of wanted to try and do stuff that is actually trying to like sort of take the risk of just being like, no, like here is just actually my thoughts. And it's harder and you get stuff wrong a lot more. Yeah. And it's harder to be like, actually, here's a smart thing instead of saying someone else is dumb. But
okay, before you tell us what to do, show us your sloppiest video.
Oh, my sloppiest video. Ooh. I think it's honestly the Jordan Peterson, The Rise of the Metrosexual. I hate that video. It's my worst recently made video.
I like the suit.
Well,
you look sharp.
Well, I gave it a like on YouTube, apparently.
Thanks. Yeah. It's okay.
You have no pants on.
Yeah. It's me doing a sponsor. I feel like it's like just production wise, it's really bad, and that's always just makes me cringe.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It feels like just like a lot of like fact checky, just lame. Like, actually, this statistic says this instead. And it's like. It just feels like pointless. I don't like it. I've done definitely sloppier stuff, but
yeah. I mean, there's such an impulse to produce like content for content's sake, and I think that's really like muddied what YouTube is or what quality YouTube is. Do you know what Illuminati? Yeah, because it wasn't what she got kind of taken down. She's like a dead channel now, basically. She is like Illuminati, but like naughty, like NAUGHT.
Before we move on, let me just make a point about this video.
Yeah,
I actually agree with what you said. I remember this was the first. I think this was the first long form video I saw of yours. And I agree with your critique of this one. I think your videos after this were much better.
Like, there's, I think, like, one or two interesting points I made.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that, like what I would say is, like the way I kind of judge my videos, though, tends to be on what ratio is interesting ideas versus making fun of something.
Yeah.
And the ratio on this one is way too high of just, like, it's just dunking.
I think what I was thinking when I first saw this was, like, I'm like, it is a lot of just like, this guy's weird. And it's like, the guy is weird, but I'm weird. I resonate a lot with the weirdos of the world. Anyway, that's just a side tangent. What were we saying?
Oh, just saying, like,
yeah.
She's a good example of someone who just try to find her actual channel. I think it's all like takedowns of it now.
Yeah, that's all. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, it's not?
Like, scroll down. I just saw it.
That's because we're misspelling it.
Oh,
maybe it is taken down. Eh?
No, it's not taken down. I mean, she was up. Illuminati.
She's gone.
She's still there.
Or she's buried.
She's buried. Sure, I was walking.
wow.
Her videos get like 10K views now.
Channel.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because she just reads like Wikipedia articles.
Yeah.
Another great artist squashed by the algorithm.
Oh, she had a good one. There we go. 8 months ago.
Oh wow. No, this really goes to show you can just keep slopping up slop and you'll get views.
1 million subs, 30K views.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, this is pretty brutal.
Yeah, it is pretty brutal.
She basically stopped posting.
Yeah.
Like she starts posting because her whole benefit was she could crank out a video like every day because it was so low effort.
Yeah.
Well, she's like currently getting sued and shit, right? But like, because like I remember,
wait, really?
Like there's like the like there's like the whole like H bomber guy takedown, and then she like just started keeping on cranking out stuff and was like bombing pretty hard. And I guess she's now having like legal issues or something.
Why?
I don't know. One of her like former like coworkers or like whatever is business partners is suing her.
Huh.
God damn.
But yeah.
She should have started a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, she got a pyramid in her fucking profile picture. She totally could have done that.
Hey everyone, I'm fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment, yada yada, show more replies. What are the false allegations? Because this is so abstract. Is she talking about the plagiarism?
No, I think that she's
talking... Was this before the plagiarism?
This is in relation to her other coworkers who are like all like saying that she was like horrible to work with and like really abusive and whatever. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember all the details, but it's seems like she's not a nice person.
The era of this is like a content farm, like a video essay content farm.
Yeah.
What if she's a really nice person? Illuminati. Yeah. You're invited to the studio. Come on by.
I'd like to talk about this with her. But like, I mean, we were just talking about that before the podcast started. Is like this.
We will not fly you out though. You have to cover your own ticket.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Like the adpocalypse creating, like destroying ad revenue, and then creating the need for long form content. And now there's so much just like padded out nonsense on the platform. It's not just
that. Like YouTube's algorithm started prioritizing long form content because they were like, we want to keep people on the site longer.
Yeah. You see more ads.
Yeah, and you'll see more ads for sure. But yeah, like like there's now so many, and like I'm very guilty of this, or like I have like a lot, like my last 2 videos have been over 2 hours, and I don't know, I'm now like trying to cut it. First of all, like it's really hard to go down in size because like first of all, just writing wise, like once you get into that habit of being like every tangent needs to be in it, it's hard to like become disciplined about like not doing that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, YouTube will punish you because it'll say like, oh, your average watch time is much lower for this video. And it's like, well, yeah, this video is like a quarter of the length of the other video or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I like YouTube really incentivizes you to do that, and you like make way more money over ads and stuff. I don't know, like, cause like I was saying like, or gonna say before we started that like, I feel like Quentin Reviews was like a really big part of that, where like he started doing these like 7-hour long, like 12-hour long videos, about like old Disney Channel shows. And it's like I kind of love that in the sense that it's like really pushing. I like I like it when it's the first person doing it to like really push it that far.
Yeah, 7 hours is crazy
like,
for YouTube.
That is a hilarious thing to do. Like I think it's a great bit, and I think it's like I like the videos. Like they're fun, like second monitor content. Like I'll put them on when I'm like playing video games or whatever. Apparently, like he made a video where he said in one of his videos he says that he doesn't like it that people say that, and that like he like doesn't want to be seen as second monitor content, which like
What?
I'm sorry, man.
Five.
I like Quentin. I don't know what to tell you.
You're not going to stare at that 9-hour video.
I understand it from the sense of my 2 hour 40-minute video was a massive bitch to edit, and no one has commented on how much work went into it, which kills me. But at the same time, it's this is what you're doing. You have to know what you're getting into here.
Yeah.
Did you see his April Fool's one? How long was that?
Oh, that was 24 hours.
4 hours.
That was it was his dad talking about the Beverly Hillbillies.
And it was also coherent.
Oh, it was good. It was a good video. It got taken down for copyright.
God damn.
Imagine how much ad revenue he made off that one day video that 1 million people watched.
Oh my, yeah, it's insane.
That might be because we were talking about what's the video with the most AdSense revenue?
It wouldn't be that one. I feel like it'd just be a MrBeast video. Squid Games is 700 million views.
Right,
And it's 25 minutes
but
long.
it's also it's 25 minutes long. But do the math, okay? 1 million times 25 minutes versus 24 hours times a million.
I mean, it's 661, 600 times more people watch that than the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure MrBeast makes more money than Quentin reviews.
No, I just mean off a single hypothetical video.
On the YouTube Studio app, all the blue bar lines. He did in a video. He showed his Spanish translation channel, and the UI is so maxed out that it doesn't go up. So all of those charts for him are just blue blocks. There's not even bars anymore. It's just they're all maxed out. There's no UI to tell you how much he's making. It's so fucked up.
No, yeah.
But now it's over for him. Look at his latest video. Ooh, only 71 million.
Jeez.
He's never going to explore an underground city again.
Beast on suicide watch.
Yeah,
he's never going to go down to an underground city again.
That's the sad part. Is this really ruined underground cities for him? And we know he loves those.
He loves underground cities. He's never going to be.
That's his favorite
He's
thing.
never going to be stranded in a cave again.
He might go back to the nuclear bunker though.
He might go back to the nuclear bunker.
50 YouTubers fight for $1 million.
And he might fight 50 YouTubers for $1 million.
The wilderness building houses.
But he's never going to build 100 houses and give them away.
Yeah, that does not make money.
Every single one of these is changing his brain chemistry permanently.
What makes money is morally good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is a weird aspect of MrBeast. I think kind of just in general stuff. There's sort of it's so. We're so kind of beyond the idea of you can sell out to the point where it's no, him making money is
morally good.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he's giving it away to charity, and it's it's hard to criticize because it's that's true, but it's fuck, I hate that this is how this world works. And I feel you also see this with there'll be streamers and political streamers. I don't know why I had to say streamers because I'm speaking about certain people in particular. But
name them.
They're I've seen it with to be fair, I don't see it. I'm talking about Keffels and Vosh are the two people that come to mind.
Keffels and Vosh, pull them up.
To be fair, I don't
on the mockery screen.
I don't think. To be fair, I don't think I've seen that much of either of them specifically saying this. I think Keffels has, but that I think that
By the way, Keffels and Vosh, you can come to the studio.
Yeah. I think that they're fans more than them. Will say how they justify any shitty thing they do by being oh well, it is good for that person, it is praxis for this person to have a successful media career, know?
Right.
And it's really?
Because they're spreading the message.
Yeah.
I just keep talking for a sec.
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, is that camera supposed to have the black screen?
Oh no, that's dead.
Oh, okay.
That's a dead camera.
We're good. Keep talking.
Okay.
That's a rest in peace camera.
Okay.
So,
good fit though.
Autism.
Yeah.
You have it.
I do have it. Yeah.
What's that like?
It's fucked up, dude. Yeah. I'm pretty unusual in that I have autism and ADHD. I don't think that I don't think anyone really talks about having this experience.
Unique,
I don't think that this has ever really been documented on the internet.
Dude, you have depression and anxiety. Oh, what are the odds?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Autism and ADHD.
Yeah.
Oh man. What do you think? Do you think I have autism?
I don't know. I don't I don't really see the point or the value of everyone like being like if it can like help you, that's cool. But like
it can help me in terms of like being marketable.
That is true. Yeah,
online.
yeah.
Having autists relate to me.
Yeah. That's how you would get your consultancy to be sold out, is if you were autistic.
I was autistic.
You know?
And I sell it specializing in autists.
Yeah.
It's not an artistic consulting service. It's an autistic consulting service.
Yeah. I once saw this person who was like selling classes for like a comedy. She was like her like thing was that she was like she's a comedian. I like looked up like was like one like look at like her like comedy, and she doesn't have any like clips of her performing. She just has like links to her site where she teaches classes on it, which is always a good sign. And one of the things that was so funny was her improv class was specifically for people who I think it was like specifically young people who have had brain tumors, who have or have had brain tumors.
Find that niche.
Her stand-up and her comedy writing course are for anyone. Improv specifically for people with brain tumors. It's so awesome.
Humor to fight the tumor.
It's awesome.
Oh, this might be it. Yeah. No, I don't think this is it. No,
it's not it.
No, it's not.
Humor to fight the tumor.
No, this isn't it. But yeah, it was so funny.
Cancer humor is funny.
But it is, yeah. What were we talking about? I feel like one thing that I think was like I feel like people like complain about the whole like, oh, everyone's like says like they have like, you know, like or neurodivergent stuff, which like I kind of feel like good. Like I feel like it's like good if like we should kind of just like treat everyone at like there shouldn't be as like broad strokes approach to like how people are like accommodated, but also just like now people can't pull the I'm neurodivergent card. Like it's like, yeah, no, everyone is, you know?
I'm neurodivergent. I'm schizotypal. That's neurodivergence.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I should not have been joking about your course then. I know that was really upset. I would never have done that if I had known that you were neurodivergent.
Good. Treat me with kid gloves.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Yeah.
I don't think I am neurodivergent.
You came in once. You came in once in the old studio and you're like, do you think I'm autistic? And then you're like, I did this autism test. You were the brainworm was getting into you at some point.
The autism brainworm got in me a little bit. I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah,
I am the only regular guy.
I don't know about that.
To me, I feel like the real autism test should be that, like, if you take like an internet autism test and then you're like complaining about the ways that it, like the flaws in its methodology, then that means the actual results don't matter. I think that it's like if you're being like, well, it grades like over stimulus stuff by if you are upset by loud noises, but I'm upset by touches instead. So that's a wrong question. Like if you're saying stuff like that, which I am, then yeah, you're probably autistic.
Autism's a superpower though nowadays. I think it's been weaponized on the internet. I think it's a great thing.
Well, that's a great idea. Yo, what if we made shirts that said "Autism is my superpower," and we all wore it at the studio?
That's good.
And then we never had a woman come by.
Yeah. No, that's
That picks up him anyway, right? The phone. Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, that's good.
5 toxic reasons why it's harmful. Let's educate Brogan.
5 toxic reasons why it's harmful to call autism a superpower.
Yeah, as you just did. You fucking.
When's this art? Oh, 2020. Damn.
This came out.
This came out like
10 days ago.
I just want to point out the fact that this is on Medium, and they're like, because this feels like it's like old school BuzzFeed, and like that format hasn't died, and instead they're actually like just like taking it over to Medium.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's become decentralized, so much better.
That's good. I like. Yeah, it's cool that it's like people keeping the old mediums alive. You know, it's like people who are like still like making like Web 1.0 sites.
Okay, scroll down. I just want to see I just want to see the reasons.
No, you can't.
Never mind.
No, this is for members only.
It's probably a very, very, very good article.
That's such a funny thing to be like 5 toxic reasons why it's harmful to call autism a superpower. Presumably, you would want this to reach people who are probably like, you know, not autistic, who are like, you know, like I assume most of our audience is people who are autistic. So like, why would you like it's so funny to paywall that when it's like surely the people who are paying for a membership to your medium are mostly very on board and already understand autism stuff.
Preaching to the choir. So if everyone's neurodivergent, do you think that neurotypical people are neurodivergent because they're more out of the box than the neuro?
Yeah, I do think that they should be segregated and like discriminated against.
I actually think that. I don't know. Honestly.
What, normal people?
Yeah.
I'm anti-normie. That's my whole thing. So.
Oh, we're going to deep AI.
What is this one? What
we got to get back on fucking track here, all right? You're going to teach us how to not make slop content. First of all, you're telling us about Quentin reviews. Is that not slop content? That's second monitor content.
I mean, I don't know.
What's the hierarchy? Is it slop, second monitor, AI slop, and art?
I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't think that how how long your videos are necessarily makes it slop content. But I don't know. I feel like it's like if you're happy about it, if you're contributing something meaningful, or if I feel like slop content is very different for different people. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know.
JJ once sent me a picture of a farmer feeding some hogs slop, and he was like, "The life of a YouTuber."
Yeah, I don't know.
That was before he posted a political video. He hates posting the political videos that do really well for him.
They always do so well.
And that everybody loves.
Yeah, for me, I think for me, the big issue I had was that the big revelation I had was I watched a Jacob Geller video where at one point he just refers to his videos as his art. Excuse me. And I was kind of oh fuck, I kind of think anything is art, but at the same time, I think anything that's made by a human that someone thinks is art, unless I made it. But I also think that I was kind of I wouldn't really call my videos my art, Yeah. And so I decided to start making stuff that I feel I would be proud to call my art. And that I feel art doesn't always have to be a big political message or deep thing. It can also just be a fun thing, which I think Quentin Reviews does do. I do kind of think it is the attitude that the creator has to it is kind of the defining thing. Yeah. The video I probably hate of mine the most is a video about I think it's called the problem with charity or something. It's it was one that I fully just churned out because I was I have no ideas for a video and I have to meet a deadline. Let's just make this thing. I wound up getting threatened to be sued by the We charity, it did lead to a video I really like getting made, but it I think that it that one I think does it did really well. I think it comes off to people as a very thoughtful video, but at the same time I fucking hate it. And yeah, I don't know. What would you guys consider slop for your channels? What would you do you have any videos that you think are just trash? Or
everything I make is high art.
Okay.
Especially fetish political compass.
Yeah.
That's my highest art. The more views it gets, the higher of art form it is.
I don't like
popular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is a thing. I feel like that is part of how it just being a creator destroys your brain, is that whenever a video gets a ton of views, I tend to be no, that was really good. That was genius.
Morally good. Okay, fetish political compass, high art. Reviewing every fetish while avoiding demonetization, high art. Wait. Yeah. Zoom out. Scroll down. I'm gonna skip these ones because I actually think these are art. Okay, yeah, but okay. If I'm doing this honestly, Leftist Unity's art. Obviously, it's a music video. I Want to Die in a War is music. It's art. Please include the word. This is a tightly edited script. That's art. That's art. That's slop. That is art. I also I play with the medium on the YouTube app there because I turn the comments off and say, oh, hey, you should shut up. But if you disagree, let me know. And you can't comment. Yeah. Scroll down. That's slop. That is just a clip of a TV interview but I was in character there, so it's art. That's art.
Okay.
That's slop. Actually, there's artistic elements to it. I can't really make it a.
I mean, I feel like it's like any video, you probably has parts that you like.
Yeah, there's there's an artistic element.
I feel like it's
if
it's most to me, it's it's not I don't think I have any videos that are just straight trash, but I think that I have videos where it's I don't think I did much that was interesting in it, and ones where like the slop outweighs
That's the sloppiest.
yeah.
That's so slop. I hate that video.
Nice.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some stuff I've made that's so art that I know it will do bad, and I just don't release it. It's just on my Patreon. I have this one called the Pantheon of the Current Year. I made like a year ago.
Right.
Some of my best work, really, but I never put it out. I don't know why. Just because I keep like imagining I put it out and it doesn't do well and it's disappointing. Well, what do you mean so? I mean, well, actually, I'm at the point now where because of my calls, most of my income comes from my second channel, so I can just post stuff. I'm kind of like working towards just being able to make just
like that is the
art on my main channel.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm leaning into the politic a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 videos good. 3 videos before that.
Well, I don't want to talk about Chesterton's fence, okay? We don't need to get into Chesterton's fence.
We don't want to talk about Chesterton's fence.
I shouldn't have made the Chesterton's fence. I thought people would be really excited to see me cover Chesterton's fence.
I didn't know what that was, and you brought it up.
I was like, everyone knows Chesterton's fence, right? You know Chesterton's fence.
Who's
Oh, Lord. It's this concept that, like, you know, if there's an institution that you don't want to, like, tear it up, even if you don't know what it's for, just because you have to assume.
Yeah. I've heard it, yeah. I thought you were talking about a guy. I thought you were saying Chesterton Spence.
Chesterton Spence.
No. Anyway, enough of my channel.
Yeah.
Go to We're in Hell. Go to our chat.
Okay, yeah, go to our chat. Like, what videos do you think are your slop?
Go to popular. Gen Z Archetypes Explained. I fucking hate that video because it did so well for my channel.
Right.
And it's just like it's just stupid. It's just fucking it's a stupid video.
You pause it wildly.
I just pause it wildly about nothing.
Mm.
And I made it because I had like basically not made a video for a month and I was like, fuck, I just need to make something. So I like wrote that in 3 days and filmed it.
And you let your rage seep into the archetypes that you were describing.
Yeah, I like that video.
Yeah, because it's based on you like focus your attention around an actual thing that's going on.
Yeah, I like these other videos. I like most of my videos. But yeah, I just hate making like I don't know. I know I could make some fucking dumb shit that would do well. I know if I just like with my audience and my algorithm, if I just made like how Gen Z masculinity died, just shit like that, it would do fucking well.
Go right.
I mean, I've like
capitalist realism is corrupting art. It's probably your highest art video because you actually paint during it, and then the whole video is quite artistically crafted.
Let's get into the real issue: is painting art or slop?
Painting slop.
Yeah, I agree.
Brogan's got a hang up about painting right now.
Fucking hate painting. It's slop.
No, I think you're right.
It just it exists to it's like physical NFTs. That's all it is now. Like there's no one's changing the world of fucking painting. It's an archaic practice we hold on to. I genuinely think that there's such better ways to convey ideas in a nuanced way with video and the internet and memes. And memes basically have taken away. Memes have replaced what painting was. Painting is just a dead medium.
So we've communally decided here that the art of painting is now slop.
Painting's fucking
painting
slop.
Yeah.
A painter's goal is to get some guy to be like, hey, I'm going to artificially increase the price of your entire collection so you can become a multimillionaire. I become a 100 millionaire.
Okay, I have an anecdote. So I have a friend who's a musician, and he got really blackpilled on his own music, specifically about music, because that was what he trained for and studied for and was really good at. And he was like, yeah, music is pointless because you can just, like, live performances don't matter. You can just go online and you can go on youtube.com and listen to it. And you can make an AI do the music. So there's no point. Like, music sucks. And there's no point in doing live performances. And this is not a rational take.
No.
That's not a rational take at all.
Anyway, I'm just bringing that up for no reason.
Painting's not good. I hate painting. Fuck painting. Slop. I don't know. I feel like YouTube's really in like it's in like a slop renaissance.
Slop-a-sance?
It's in a slop-a-sance. I think like because what's the meta right now is like drama channels. It's like the era that YouTube is in as a concept.
Yeah, there is a lot of like drama stuff. I don't know. Like I feel like I either watch just like video essay stuff or I'll watch just brain dead whatever stuff that I can just like put on when like before I go to sleep. But like yeah, I don't know. I feel like with like YouTube stuff especially, like there's like I feel like there's so much stuff where it'll be like like a lot of drama stuff. I think that like I think like H Bomber guy's like big like video was like very good, but I also think that it's like changed the meta a lot where people are like, oh, we should do drama and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like it's that, or it's like a lot of people. It's like it's a lot of just really I feel like really trying to have a new take in a way that like it's like no, like there's like reasons why people don't have that take, you know.
Wait, is there value? Is there value to slop though? What if you just want to turn your mind off and slop it up?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like I do think that you can like do that though in a way that's like you're like I think it is about like I think it is the mindset that you produce it in. Like I think a lot of it comes down to like, are you making this because you just need to turn something out right now?
Yeah.
Or are you making this because you actually have this like thing that you want to do, whether it is just like something fun or whatever that people can turn their mind off to, or something that like is like deep and meaningful to you, you know? Like I don't think there's anything wrong with like just like mindless whatever stuff, but it's also like it's like I think anyone can see that it is better when it's like being done by someone who like genuinely loves what they're doing or is like trying to do it in a way that feels creative and unique to them rather than just I need a new video this month.
I've been slopping up a lot of 40K slop recently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of 40K slop, Warhammer 40K. And all these guys, all they do is they just kind of summarize stuff that the other artists have made already. They show art from 40K artists, which is very good art, but it's like it's not their art. Like Wes Hammer, this guy, he just talks about information that exists already, and he puts it into a package that's easily digestible, and then you can just like you can learn about the lore of this. It's like it's a purely transactional relationship.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, I always, like, think with that kind of stuff, like, what is it like just, like, waking up and, like, going to work if your job is just, like, I'm going to summarize the Wikipedia article for the Chaos faction today, you know?
For Wes Hammer specifically, it looks like I'm going to make $100,000 this month because...
Yeah, I mean, I like, even no matter, like, how much... I mean, I guess that's a shit ton of money, so, like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like...
With the sponsor? Ooh.
No, like, even, like... regardless of how much money it is, like, I feel like the thing that, like, makes YouTube a really good job is that it's, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, as soon as you're like, oh, I have to do this specific thing, it's like, I mean, like, it's not like, the actual, like, nuts and bolts of being a YouTuber are not fun things to do. Like, it's not, filming fucking sucks.
Filming sucks.
It's not fun just sitting
Editing
at a computer
sucks.
all day and editing videos. Like, or like, you know, like just like, especially if you're not like putting anything interesting into the script or whatever. Like, that's not like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I get it if it's like you're making a ton of money, but it's also like there's more reliable ways to make a lot of money, you know?
I don't want to go too hard on these guys.
No, no offense to this person, but it's also like...
These guys clearly love Warhammer 40K. They're excited to explain things.
I say this too as someone who it's like, I couldn't wake up every day and do something like that. And that's like something that's wrong with me, you know? Like, that's not there's like lots of people who, and like people who are much happier than any of us who do just like do the thing every day. But it's such a weird thing to be doing, you know?
I know there's so many more reliable ways to make more money than just trying to get big on YouTube.
Nothing against like having like a normal job, but it's like that's not a normal job. That's a weird job to have, is like summarizing Wikipedia articles or like, you know, like summarizing movies or something like that. Like, why are you doing that of all the things?
Why are you mournfully looking out the window?
What a beautiful roof we have. Great roof.
It is a nice view. You're right. There's a nice view at this window.
That is the thing, is that they probably you know, that answers the question. Like, why are they doing that? They don't people who are, you know, just like punching in, doing an office job every day, they don't have a roof like ours.
That's true. They'll never have they'll never have this roof specifically.
They might have a much bigger, more expensive roof.
I don't think so.
They'll never have this roof.
You see someone just average job, you know, wife, kids, you know, just solid routine, happy family. You look in their eyes, you can tell there's a sadness there, and that sadness, they don't have access to a roof.
This roof specifically.
I think this is indicative of the true new era of YouTube. Is YouTube is fully transitioned into like a business platform. Like when I look at like someone and respect to Turkey Tom, but how he sort of moves on the platform is like, it's like he's like a news anchor. Like he goes and like says the script that was like basically written, content farm. Like it's all edited, it's all scheduled, it all gets put out and put out. He's like the CEO of a machine that is producing things. And I think that's a very new era, seeing YouTube as just that is really almost like as seeing YouTube as like Shopify, right? Like you're selling a product is really interesting because he's getting so much stuff out. He's like minimum every week, and they're all such long videos. Like the Daniel Larson one's 3 hours long.
And this isn't even his Slop channel.
No, I know. Yeah, he has. Then he has the actual Slop channel. Then he has the IRL where he makes like he did the Destiny documentary.
Okay. I don't. Yeah.
He does a lot. He's putting out like an hour-long edited piece of content every day. It's fucking insane.
Yeah,
but it is like a team. It's like a machine.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call this stuff slop. I'd call the second channel stuff the more sloppy, but yeah.
This is good. This is probably like the best form of what this is. Tom Dark, Tom Live, Tom IRL, Tom Clips.
Although there is this commentary slop thing that Kokonara could probably attest to. Yeah, yeah, like this is slop.
Yeah.
Hassan said a thing.
Yeah, that sucks.
But even then, it's like AI slop. That's even worse.
Yeah,
that's the sloppiest slop.
Don't worry about that camera. I'll just keep turning it back on after it charges. We're fine. Sloppy is slop. But there's like the thing, I think people get so vindictive about stuff they don't like existing, and it's like, then don't consume it. But at the end of the day, it's like still getting like hundreds of thousands of views.
Well, I mean, it's also like, I mean, even with like people who I feel like I see this like a lot with like in like, I don't know, my corner of YouTube, which is different than this one, but like it like where it'll just be like, here's like fucking like streamer don't like or whatever. It's like, here's a drama slop video about them where I watched an insane amount of their videos, and then they reacted to it, and now here's my video response, and here it I don't know. Yeah, like I feel like the people who very often will be like complaining about the slop will also at the same time be like there's no way out of the slop is what's so like fucked about it to me, you know? Like it doesn't feel like even commenting on the slop is contributing to the slop.
Yeah, there's no way out of the slop. You just have to not be chronically online. You have to ignore it. Then like
trauma slop,
political slop. I wonder how many new you might have an insight into this. How many new political takes are formed just out of the need to produce content?
Oh, I feel like so many.
Like mega communism. Do you think that would have existed without the industrial platform behind it to produce content? Like, well,
I mean, well, it's not just a matter of like, oh, it's like I need to produce content to like put out a new video or something, but it's like a matter of like, I think it's just that like social media rewards the most radical takes. Like you're like I think about this all the time. We were talking about this, I think, the other night, but just how like your audience will never punish you for being too radical. They'll punish you for being too moderate, and
that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like you just have to like have like the most like if someone's saying something that no one's ever said before, you'll be rewarded for it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how like well thought out it is. It doesn't matter if it stands up to scrutiny, because and like I don't know, like I feel like it like I don't know. I feel like there is also like just an incentive that like creators I don't think many creators genuinely do this, but I do think that there is like, or like consciously do this, but I do think that there is a perverse incentive where you'll do better, you'll like make more money if you have this like insane hyper online, completely atomized, completely disconnected from reality fan base that just sort of like get all their opinions from like content creators rather than being in the world.
No, yeah, I mean like Hassan strikes me as somebody who is, you know, what's funny is like the Hassan bit started ironic, but now I'm just really into like Hassan drama. Hassan strikes me as
this is how the slop gets in you.
I know. I'm with Destiny, and Destiny's just like talking about Hassan. I'm like, oh, what about Hassan? Hassan strikes me as someone who's like incredibly sheltered and incredibly like disconnected from the real world. Even the jokes he makes, like he made a bunch of rape jokes on a stream.
Right.
But it was like something about how like they need to put like Hamas soldiers at white universities to like rape white women.
Jesus.
I know, like this is the lefty guy.
That's fucked.
I know, it's so fucked up. I'm like, that's not even like a Sam Hyde joke. That's just a completely like nonsense out of touch joke. There's like no basis in reality there. But his entire thing is just it's so chronic. The way he interacts with people in real life, like the clips of people talking to him and talking to his fans.
Yeah.
The way he talks to like people is also like so disconnected.
Yeah.
He's completely like a broken human being.
Well, yeah, I mean, like that is, I mean, that's the thing is that like I feel like streamers especially, but like YouTube, like video essayists or whatever can like get into this too. But I feel like with streamers it becomes because like it is a like more than full-time job. Like it is literally just like get up and like spend like 10, 12 hours streaming every day, and like that's like. I can't imagine an easier way of like destroying someone's brain.
Yeah, this is not a problem. If you're doing that for 10 hours a day, you're a broken human, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre phenomenon. And then yeah, imagine how much of Hassan's takes come from the fact that he just has to produce a stream of consciousness for 50 hours a week.
A lot of these critiques of individual streamers are critiques of all streamers in general, but filtered through the lens of the political ideology they represent that you don't like.
There's fine streamers. Like there's, I stream, but I do like, I'm probably like 6-8 hours a week. I'm not like 60. It's not my whole thing.
You should do 60.
I should do 60, but I'd rather make videos and stream on the side.
60 hours a week. Sorry, you got to be more machine than man.
Yeah.
You got to spend more of your waking hours online.
60 hours a week and make videos.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah. You should make videos full time and then stream 60 hours a week on the side.
Okay, Sam, what's the sloppiest slop you could make right now? What do you think would do really well? And
dude, so like I remember, like I was like the most like recent thing that like really stood out to me was I was doing research for my like dead internet theory video. And I watched an Adam Conover video, which like I like Adam's podcast a lot. I think his guests are usually really good. And like he's like a good interviewer. His videos are like it's like I remember like watching one of like he made some like dead internet theory video, and I like remember watching it and just being like, oh my god, like there were so many things he brought up that I was like, well, that's like a pretty reductive way of saying that. I don't know. There's like more like for like all these things that I was like killing myself working on these stuff. And then he was in, how Google ruined the internet. And then he's like, just like angrily saying it with just like, and like, look how many views this gets. Like, I mean, he obviously has like a shit ton of subscribers, but like, yeah, like that many views with like, just like, 18-minute video. Like this dude get like I feel like this is sounding really fucking bitter right now, but it's like I don't know, like yeah, fuck, like just like yeah, it'd be so nice to just like not have to do so much fucking work and like try and
Let's just bitterly complain about people who are more successful than
more successful with less work than us.
Who's your guy? Hassan? He's not really competing in the same niche as you.
No,
in the same niche as me. Maybe Tyler Oliveira is sort of like, that's what I want to do. I want to cover like cool stories and cool play. That's a big thing for me recently, is I have no fulfillment making shit behind a desk and writing. I want to go. This dude.
That's who you want.
No, I like the frame of what he does. His videos are fucking awful, and he is just like a dumbass.
Right. Okay.
It's just like, to cope here, to be frustrated. It's like these get so many views.
Fucking trash.
Dude, it's such fucking trash, and it's just like
it also. Oh fuck! It'd be like I do think all the time about like what my like right wing grift would be.
My goat is like fucking Peter Santinello and Brandon Buckingham. Both those guys make fucking Kino fucking videos. This guy's so good. This is such good videos. All he does is just like go to places and talk to people. They do really well. He's a very genuine dude. And there's no grift. There's no like political.
Okay.
There's no political angle. He's just like, hey, why are people frustrated? And then Brandon Buckingham's fucking. Have you ever watched his videos?
I don't think so. That name's really familiar.
He just like hangs out in hoods, but like he's very charitable, and he just like hangs out with like these people for like days on end or like weeks on end, and just goes to the rap scene, like befriends all of them. It's like it's like all gas. It's like classic all gas no breaks, where he's just like hanging out with people. He's not like. He has no weird angle, and he's just like a very likable, like charismatic dude.
Okay.
And the videos are like great editing, good story. Everything's fucking awesome about it.
Wait, go back twice. Go back and then back again. And then, go scroll up. I want to predict, go scroll down a little bit. I want to predict the comments on this inside the country that pays immigrants $34,000 to leave. I'm just guessing top comment will be something like, oh, well, we were not going to pay you. We were just going to force you out. I'm just assuming. I just want to see what the comments are like.
I think that's generous. Oh, it's stop data brokers exposing your personal information.
Oh, I see. Okay, scroll down.
I'm a blonde and blue-eyed native Swede. I left Sweden forever to escape the racism.
Okay, that's a lot more racist.
Wait, this is what I was looking for. $34K for a nice little holiday, only to come back again. How about just boot them the F out? Scroll down.
Only 244 likes.
I mean, the video came out 3 hours ago, and he's got 200,000 views in 3 hours. So
Yeah, that's a good one.
he's on his immigrant racism grift.
100K in an hour.
But these videos, so there's one. This guy had a video specifically that he left a clip in that was just like I kept seeing the clip go viral on Twitter, independent of it, where he's like asking these two women in Italy, like, "Oh, do you feel unsafe in Italy?" They're like, "Yeah." Like, why do you feel unsafe? They're like, "Oh, the streets are unsafe." And he just keeps asking questions, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the men. Like, what kind of men?" And he's like, "Oh, just like, the men around make me feel unsafe." Like, what kind of men are they? And she's like, "Oh, just like the men are." She's like, "Yeah, where are the men from?" And just keeps asking that question. He's like, "Yeah, what ethnicity are the men?" Like trying to get them to say like, "Oh, black people."
Yeah.
And he's on like the conservative grift really rewards you for being the worst version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's like the internet has this kind of this false illusion of like the things you don't want to say are the things that are most important to say. Like that, like by definition of you not wanting to say it, or by definition of it being taboo, therefore makes it a more important point than being nuanced. But it's like, no, you just shouldn't say though. You shouldn't be bigoted. You being bigoted and someone being like, no one wants to say this. It's like, no, that doesn't mean it's the right thing to say.
Yeah.
No one wants to say it because it's socially unacceptable.
Yeah, that line, the like people always like attribute it to Voltaire. The like if you want to know who controls society, ask who you're not allowed to criticize. That's actually from the manifesto of a Nazi pedophile.
Is he talking about the Jews?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. As is almost everyone who brings up that quote.
Children with cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so much stuff where it's like, no, you actually just should not say that.
They should have left bracket Jews, right bracket at the end of that statement.
No, I mean there it is. There's the Jewish hand.
Oh yeah, the Jewish hand. Yeah, they added the Jew hand. Well, that's the thing.
Children with cancer.
That's the problem. Is you actually can criticize Jews though.
Yeah,
because like everyone's doing it all the time.
Yeah,
like we learned out maybe they're not in charge.
Yeah,
because like we can all criticize them.
Yeah,
you can say whatever you want about Israel.
Yeah, and
nothing happens.
There's not really that bad. You can say whatever you want about it. We live in a free country. You can. There's a space for you to say whatever you want about anybody, and through no fear of getting arrested or imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Canada. Canada specifically, I feel like Canada's almost more radical than the U.S. in some ways because like the stakes are so much lower.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like there's such a bigger space for maybe not as with the right wing stuff because Canada doesn't have that base of like the Second Amendment or like rebellion the way the U.S. does. But I feel like left wing politics are more radical in Canada because like how low the stakes are. Because like we're not facing, I don't know, like we have no control over like Kamala or Trump or like whatever the U.S. does. Canada's just involved with regardless. If the U.S. goes to war, Canada's gonna be on the ground with them day one.
Right.
You're not gonna get charged or arrested or like kicked out of your university for being like saying like death to Canada.
There actually was. I think.
Open that up more.
There's a group that like burned a. I saw a thing about it. I haven't like looked into it. There's like some like group that like burned a Canadian flag at like a pro-Palestine protest that like the Canadian government just classified as a terrorist group.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
So I mean, like I don't know.
I guess you can't say anything you want because it's not a free country because it's actually zogged. It's a zogged country. Unless you get designated as a terrorist group. This is Zog's country. What was that group again? So it was like SOUIMED is like SOUIMIDMED. Pierre Poilievre was like rallying to get them designated as a terrorist group for a while. I didn't look into it much, so I literally just saw that story. So I'm not going to talk about like what the actual group stands for. Yeah, so like Houthis. No, that's an old one. Assuming I don't know what the fucking name was. Oh wait, yeah, Samidwin, the top one. That word right there. Samidwin is listed as a terrorist organization. See what they Palestine Prisoner Solidarity Network. Anyway, we're getting off track. Yeah, sorry guys. We got into Israel Palestine. This podcast is about a very specific topic. Why did you want to talk about slop?
I don't know. Just because I've been like, I've been killing myself trying not to make any slop lately. So that's, I don't know. You're trying to produce value. Yeah. That's been my grind lately. Yeah, exactly.
And what value do you hope to bring?
I don't know if I'm bringing value. I mean, I feel like I don't know if this is itself Slop or if it's like separate from Slop. I feel like one of the things that drives me fucking crazy, especially with like left-wing like content stuff, will be people who see what they're doing as like fucking like radical praxis or shit, where it's like, oh yeah, like watching my like Twitch stream, like join my Patreon, or getting me to 100K subs. That's the revolution. Like it's the fucking dumbest shit imaginable. And like I see people talk about like trying to be like leftist thought leaders and shit. And it's like, you are the biggest grifter imaginable. And I don't like, or just an idiot. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like you don't have to look at your stuff as like accomplishing some like meaningful thing. I think like I've like done cool, like been able to do cool stuff. I've like raised money for Palestine. I raised a bunch of money for like a charity stream a long time ago where I raised money for like victims of residential schools. But like, and like I feel like I've like maybe pulled people more to the left, which I guess is cool. But like, I don't know. I feel like the value I'm trying to create is like interesting art that gets people to think differently, or that like just teaches people stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's fine. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't like. Yeah, I guess like my hatred of Slop content does not mean that like everything has to be like I'm going to change the world with my content. You know?
Yeah, I think that's a bad impulse. I think that is a very bad impulse, especially like on fucking YouTube.com.
You get like people who just are just trying to make cults and shit. Like fucking yeah.
Haas.
Yeah. Yeah.
The entire ACP.
Mm-hmm.
You're on that kick.
I fucking hate the ACP. Anti-American fucks. ACP, American Communist Party. I don't know if they have a YouTube page. Jackson Hinkle and Haas and the gang.
Yeah, those people are fucking freaks. I mean, it doesn't even have to be those people. I don't know. I feel like I've seen plenty of people where I just feel like it's like it just feels so delusional and self-aggrandizing, and yeah, I remember like I had a friend.
Well, this is getting clipped now to go on the autism sphere on Twitter, so I just want to say hello ACP. I am a big fan of you guys. Actually, MAGA communism is based.
Why are we getting clipped?
That's just they all have the turbo autism, and every time you mention them online,
fuck you, fuck the whole ACP, anti-American fucks.
ACP's good. You're anti-centrist. You keep up the good work.
I hope you disband and all get married and have kids and lead
we'll
successful.
The West together. DPRK #1.
I hope you touch grass and like lead fulfilling lives and kind of figure out who you are and make some good friends.
You know, I'm gonna take the centrist take between these two, and you know, I hope you don't touch grass. I think you should just. I think what you're doing is great. I think you should just keep going. Just be as online as possible. I think that my one criticism of the ACB, I think, is that they're too accessible right now. I feel like the language that they use is too normal. Like, you're the Vanguard Party. You need to be you need to sound like a raving maniac to any person. I don't think that you're there yet.
I second Sam, actually. Sound like a raving maniac to anyone who listens to you. That's how you're gonna do it, baby.
Okay, the problem with all the other communist parties in America is they're all gay. This is the problem.
That's a big part. Also, didn't the ACP say that that one of their things is that they will their policy is to take over Canada as well? That they are the only communist party for both America and Canada. I think it's a really cool and creative and I would say brave thing to add manifest destiny to your platform.
They're the only communist party that's going to annex Canada.
You know what's funny? They're anti-imperialism too.
I like them even more.
They're anti-imperialism. They're explicitly anti-imperialism. That's why they hate the U.S. But they worship China, what's colonized fucking Tibet and the Uyghur Muslims. So also, you know, Cuba just had a meeting with Xi Jinping, and they were like asking for their economic plan, like how to improve the country. And Xi Jinping said, "Stop being communist." So be less communist. So there you go.
Is counter-revolutionary?
Is that what
I'm hearing here?
Yeah, that's what you're hearing here. They added I think very recently they changed their wage instead of one wage, there's a bit of a gradient. It goes from $20 USD a month to $70 USD a month for doctors.
Cuba?
In Cuba, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so big Cuba dub, $70 USD to be the most important member of society.
Okay, well, we're going to train Henry to be a MAGA communist, and he's going to be the third host on the show just to balance us out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the moderate, you're the anti-centrist, and the mega communist is the third position in that.
I'm just doubling down here.
Yeah,
I don't have the dopamine to actually defend the enemies of the West right now, but
I was gonna say, like, just going back to what we were talking about, like how untouching grass. I feel like I see like so much of this stuff. Like I remember, I have a friend who unbelievably dope guy. He is on Instagram. Rogue Courier is his thing. He's now doing rap stuff and like music, but he worked for, he was he lives in Montreal now, but while he was in Toronto, he was trying to unionize Uber Eats. Like doing ridiculously cool shit and like really like just like on the ground, like very like guerrilla organizing in a way that like there's not really any like guidebook for. And I got him to like he wound up going on like my on like a stream of like some people I know who did a like they like do like a leftist politics stream, and they were all like just sort of like shocked at him saying things like, yeah, no, like he would say things about how like, yeah, there's like, you know, if you're organizing a union, you need 51% of the vote. That is the objective. So like there's people who are like kind of conservative or who I don't agree with on everything. And you still have to work with them if you want to get 51% of that vote. And they were like taken aback at that. Or like there's one point where I remember like someone was like saying how like she'll like see people who are like at a restaurant, like she'll be getting takeout at a restaurant, and she'll say like, so like the like people serving her like, hey, you guys should unionize, and like she's like encouraging the followers to do that, and my friend was just like, yeah, actually don't do that. Like people don't like being told what to do. You know, unionizing guidebook tells you to just tell people to unionize. The way you do it is like you ask questions and you like get them to like complain about their job and stuff. But like also it's like, do that as their coworker. Like it does not like you're just do it like making yourself feel good for internet points if you're just like walking up to random service workers and telling them to unionize. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like it feels so insane just seeing how, I don't know, just disconnected and self-aggrandizing that shit can make you. What you need to do if you're left-wing activist on the internet is like either like try and like do like edutainment or start a communist party.
We got it. We got the fucking recipe. Whatever you do, please don't talk to working class normal people on the internet. They don't know anything.
They don't know anything. That's the thing.
They don't know anything about dialectics. They don't know anything about the working class. They don't know anything about being middle class. So fuck them. Don't talk to them. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And no, they're stupid as well. Mm-hmm. Like I think they're too stupid to understand like the complexity of these ideas.
That's the thing, is that you just have to throw them a bone by being like, I'm homophobic, and then they'll just be like, ooh, they'll like clap their mitts together like seals.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck them.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? You got a thing on the end of your nose. You got a little boogie.
It's disgusting.
There you go.
It's shameful.
I think you should be more sympathetic to the ACP because you are socially a little reactionary.
Yeah.
And economically, you like to complain. So I think they're kind of up your alley.
I get more moderate as I get older. I just hate rent a little bit.
Yeah.
That's me.
But hating rent from a non-woke perspective, that allies you with the ACP. They're the closest thing to you.
Hating rent from a non-woke perspective.
Yeah.
What's the woke perspective on hating rent?
I hate landlords because they have pronouns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate landlords because they produce no value. I don't hate landlords. I think you should have like one or two rental properties. That's a smart. That's a smart strategy to build like equity in your life and maybe some generational wealth.
Oh, I mean, it is a very good investment. I don't think anyone really disagrees about that. I feel like the issue is that it's like if it's like an ethical thing for that to like as an institution to exist. But it's also like my landlord's like great. But at like on an individual level, I also just don't think that there should be landlords. Not that.
Okay, it's occurring to me that we actually do need a NASBOL on the pod. So if you're an American Communist Party guy, DM us. can come on down to Toronto and preach the message.
Oh, dude, I don't want to fucking.
No, we'll convince
I don't
Brogan.
fucking platform these people.
I will platform the National Bolshevik.
If you think North Korea is a better country than anywhere in the West, you're not invited on the podcast.
No,
that's my reservation.
You
That's
gotta have a conversation with.
I don't know. They don't deserve a fucking conversation.
No, they need a conversation.
They have nothing to say to those people.
I think it would be a great conversation, but I think that should happen at your apartment instead of here.
I think
what if there's propaganda that you've been fed by the West that's actually skewed your information about
this little fucking naked mole rat man is a good guy.
You've been so indoctrinated by Western propaganda.
But I hate Kim Jong Un.
How could you hate this guy?
How could I hate AI Kim Jong Un? Look, he's riding he's on a little like 1920s race car.
Look at those cheeks.
This is.
Don't you want to pinch him?
Actually, look at him young. Look at him young.
Oh, he's looking pretty good.
That's pretty charming. Actually,
I mean, he's Korean at the end of the day.
Yeah.
One of the most superior
are they
races. Anyway, look.
I'm glad that we settled that.
This is horseshoe theory. Okay, we're ideological, extreme, and synthetic, dialectic.
You are, and I'm not at all.
Well, that's the horseshoe theory.
That's the horseshoe theory.
So, I mean, we got to have a Nazbol on.
Fine.
We can't call ourselves horseshoe theory and not have a Nazbol
I'm going to spritz him with a water gun whenever he says things I don't like. Like a cat.
Fine, but I'm going to give him a candy whenever he says...
You're going to train a Nazbol?
How to train your Nazbol? All right, we'll get...
You're just going to do like classical conditioning on a Nazbol?
Hell yeah, we are.
Okay, we haven't been very focused on this, but I have a headache all day.
Yeah.
Let's get back on track. What are we talking about? What's this about?
I don't know.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
we covered a lot of ground. I think we've solved a lot of shit.
You can free associate about anything and cover a lot of ground.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that is the thing. You have to give that to Slop. It does cover a lot of ground.
It's true, when you pour it all over the floor.
Yeah.
How much ground can you cover in one sentence?
Yeah.
Someone should make that video.
That's a good question.
Yeah. How much ground can you cover in one YouTube video?
I want to learn more about satellites.
Hmm?
Can we just be autistic about satellites for the next 15 minutes?
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm like just writing all this up. But yeah, no, it's satellites are. What do you want to know about satellites?
Well, first of all, you're saying that the satellite will be the last picture that we have.
Not the last picture we have. I mean, well, kind of. It'll be the last like evidence that humans exist.
And you said it's not going to paint a good picture of us. Why not?
Because the whole history of them is like really. I mean, it like people like talk about like space like in terms of like colonial terms like all the time, but and like the way that like satellites have like been like put up into space is fully just like all the like rich colonial countries fully pushing out all the like poor like colonized countries in a way that like perfectly matches and like interacts.
Wait, so there were poor African satellites?
Well, there's like a lot of like the space in so like the most valuable real estate in outer space is called the GEO or like geostationary orbit.
In Africa, they're making satellites and they launch them into space. You know that? Look that up. African satellite.
I believe that. Why is that so hard to believe?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Why only the Africans could do that?
I can't say why, but I find this really funny.
Why do you find this really funny?
I'm just imagining.
What are you imagining?
Okay, I'm imagining like an African tribe, like
trying to throw it into space.
Yeah, basically, it's like made of sticks.
Like just getting up on a really tall tree and throwing it as hard as they can.
Okay, sorry,
That's just a you thing.
We're talking about colonialism. And it's very serious. It's very serious. So wait, what's going on? These poor countries have their satoites and they get pushed out by richer satellites.
Yeah, like there's like a limited amount. There's like a limited amount of space in the most valuable parts of like orbit. There's also a limited amount of space just in terms of like they have to use like different radio frequencies to communicate to Earth, and there's like a limited amount of like different bandwidths that you can use or different frequencies you can use.
Right.
And so yeah, they're like sort of like being able to be pushed out by like private companies and like countries that like were like colonial and like that like yeah, also like the whole history of like the space race was like all the countries that like started right after World War II trying to like develop rockets were like China don't know as much about the Soviets, England, France, and America. They all like started like developing satellites in areas that they that were like sort of like abandoned wasteland type areas that were gotten through colonialism. And there's like a whole like history of like how they like sort of like destroyed a bunch of like archaeological like stuff that has archaeological value. I don't know. I'm not doing a good job of explaining it right now. I've just been like staring at this fucking page for like the last.
You were telling me about neo-feudalism, neo-colonialism, neo-space colonialism, right?
Yeah. No, there's like guys who are like extremely. There's one guy in particular, I forget his name, but he is extremely influential in the like field. Like he wrote a book called Astropolitik, like POLI, like with a K, like realpolitik. And he basically is like one of the like he's like pretty well respected. He like works like for a bunch of like think tanks, like professor and stuff. And he like in his book like talks like about how like, you know, like obviously like, you know, we should do like stuff in like a very like equitable way, in a way that's sort of like, you know, like works for like all of humanity, but like who gives a fuck about that? Also like he like talks in like glowing terms about how like superior the people who will like go to like outer space will be. They'll be like the genetically like superior people. How like obviously there needs to be American domination over space. And yeah, you know, like it's just like yeah, it's very fascist. Is this interesting then? I mean, like,
I think there should be American domination over space. What's the alternative?
I think that like it should be done through like a lot of like
in the future we'll have melty faces too.
Yeah, well that's what it's gonna look like. I think it should be done with like a combination of like all like countries having like a say, and done probably like through like some type of UN based mechanism that can control it. Because yeah, I don't think that that's good for it to just be done through like America.
We're in hell. We're in hell. We're in hell.
Yeah.
We're in. It's like urine.
That's true, yeah.
We're in hell.
Fuck, I gotta change the name. I didn't realize it sounds like urine.
Why haven't you killed yourself yet?
Spite, mostly.
Yeah, spite?
Yeah.
Spite for what or who?
We can't get into that. We've already covered a lot of ground.
Guy thinking. Spite.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Do you have like a big... Do you want to scale up in any way? Do you fantasize about like the next 5 years being some massive, like you're on your way working towards this like massive operation or this inevitable goal? Or are you just like...
What do you mean by like scale up? Like, I feel like for me, it would mostly be like probably like going to... I don't imagine scaling up in the sense of like I have like a team of writers and like researchers or whatever. Maybe. I can't imagine that working that well. I feel like it would mostly be doing other types of things, doing like a book or something like that. I don't know. I feel like that's like kind of the way I can imagine. I feel like you can kind of either, especially like in like the type of like the genre of video that I do, I feel like it's the options for become Slop Farm or like writing books and stuff and like just be like professional smart guy, which I don't know. I feel like that's like I would want to be the
Here's my business plan for you. I think.
What do you like to think about then? What's your big idea you feel is?
I don't know. I don't have one.
You don't have a centralizing, because this is the thing. Like JJ, his big thesis is cultural literacy is important. So like, you can read his entire channel like that, and it all kind of clicks together.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one.
What's your thing is? I think you're a man, and you're a leftist.
Yeah,
and you're a soft.
Yeah.
And you're a cute boy.
Yeah. I'm a cute, soft, sweet boy. I don't know if I have I don't know if I have like a central thesis of my channel that you could like. I feel like, because like I don't know, like I feel like I do like talk about like really different stuff every time. Like all my videos are like I try and sort of be like learn about something that I've never like knew anything about before.
There's a certain like general existential horror about all your videos.
Yeah. Maybe it's the like
society.
Adam Conover type thing, but yeah, I feel like that would be the general trajectory.
You should rename your channel Sam Ruins Everything.
That would be good. That would be really good. Yeah.
So what space do you like filling then? Like what do you see as your value add?
Like edutainment.
Edutainment, just like very like
Yeah.
Like telling stories.
Artsy edutainment.
No one else is telling stories.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know what space I like filming, right? yeah, hell yeah. Put it there. I have a really bad headache.
Do you actually?
Yeah, it's been getting worse.
You okay?
What are you doing?
I slept at the studio last night and
Why'd you do that?
I had a lot of sponsorships to finish.
Oh. Are you underslept?
Well, underslept.
Oh. I can like shave your head. Might fix it.
I do need a haircut, but I'm waiting for my friend to come visit me to give me a haircut.
Okay. Yeah, what have we learned?
I don't think we learned anything.
No,
I think this was a
so.
huge waste of time. I think podcasts as a medium are slop, and I think I'm going to kill myself. What do you know of that, Brogan?
Podcasts really are the painting of online media, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the absolute word is it our podcast?
No,
You look up the worst podcast
unfortunately,
ever.
I don't think we're well known enough to be the worst podcast ever.
We're
yet.
pretty well known. We have a couple 100,000 listen episodes.
Yeah, like here's the thing: the worst podcast ever is not a mid-tier podcast. Like it can't be like it's either you've never heard of, like no one's ever heard of it, or it's like very major.
Yeah. It's got to be like popular for no reason.
I don't.
The end of Skibbity Toilet.
Oh, I know that guy.
All right, let's watch this.
The end of Skibbity Toilet. That's so sad.
What's the sentence by? Oh wait, no, never mind. I don't know this guy. No, that's someone else.
Never mind. I thought this would be a funny skit.
No, it's slop. It's slop about slop.
Yeah.
Slop about slop about slop.
I mean, I can't like. Can we put on like Subway Surfers beside it?
I want to talk about your title. Your name of your channel is We're in Hell.
Yeah.
Sort of implies that there's a general disposition towards reality.
Yeah.
It's like things are bad.
Yeah.
Are you a pessimist? Are you an optimist?
I don't know.
And when you made that title, what were you thinking? What was going through your head?
Oh, when I made the title, it was it's just that I originally started my channel putting literally no thought in my video into my title. I originally called it Black Goat 666.
Yeah. Because you're a weird, twisted, fucked up.
Yeah.
Crazy
I'm
guy.
like the Joker. And then I had a video that blew up, and I was like, I should name it something good. And I thought We Were in Hell was like kind of captured the sort of. I had like sort of like a gothy Satan-y is like a cult aesthetic, and so I thought I could like sort of capture that with like We're in Hell. I also thought like I was gonna do This Is Hell, but then that's already taken, so I did We're in Hell. I think it's better. I think it's a better name. And so yeah, I definitely am like very pessimistic. I feel like most of my videos end with like just like everything's fucked, we're all fucked. Which I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I did a video a while ago about utopianism that like I do kind of like one thing I do think about a lot of it that I thought was a really good point that some theorist I cited said was about how like even though like it's very unlikely that like things will go well, it like we have to like keep fighting for it regardless. And I think that's sort of my idea is that like like it is extremely unlikely for anything good to happen. It is still our like moral duty to like try and fight for it regardless.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's very unlikely that things will go bad, but I'm going to fight for my bad future anyway.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
You don't get that. You don't get that from me.
Brogan doesn't like encouraging my pessimism.
No, I encourage your nice outfits.
It's true.
And I punish your pessimism.
Yeah, that is how he Pavlov conditions me.
I'm gonna get a water gun for you.
But also candy.
Candy.
Water gun in one hand, candy in the other.
It can't be candy. It has to be like a kidney.
Okay.
Like a chicken.
Just throw him a chicken heart.
Like a chicken. Wow.
Okay. Well, this was certainly a podcast.
This is a podcast. We did a podcast.
I don't know why YouTube just makes me like black-pilled about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
I think it's normal.
I mean, Henry's playing Subway Surfers.
Yeah.
I'm transfixed on the Subway Surfers.
It's great.
You know, I kind of think
game.
I'd rather have like a Netflix show.
I'm turning this off.
I think that Subway Surfers is a perfect game.
Let's look at each other's eyes.
I'd rather have a
Instead of,
Netflix
like,
show.
Fucking autists.
Yeah.
All staring at the
Would you rather have a like if someone came up to you and said like, hey, do you want like just a salaried Netflix show, like cover the topics you want to cover like vaguely, like not exactly your entire creative direction every time, but like based on you, based on your ideas as a person, and you get a Netflix show.
Yeah, I do that.
And it'd be like, look, you're gonna have no time to make YouTube videos.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do. I like because it's also just like a matter of like being able to like take time off and like not have to be like on a constant you just finished something now get ready for the next thing. Like I'd love it if I could like actually have
work
like
with a team.
Yeah.
Have a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all sounds good to me. I mean, I'm not married to YouTube. I've always respected the YouTubers who have escape plans, basically.
Yeah. It's always so weird to me whenever I like see people who it's like the thing has been like, yeah, I've always wanted to be on YouTube. Like, really?
Yeah.
That's
I see it as like a proving ground.
I don't trust people who are on YouTube who want to stay on YouTube forever.
No. I mean, look, there's a type of content that could only exist on YouTube. Like, I think like gaming shit, like the way,
Sure.
like, I don't know, like Game Grumps. That's never going to be a Netflix show. It's never going to be like Amazon Prime. That stuff makes sense. But then like,
Or Turkey Tom Hassan drama.
yeah, I agree. But then,
the Netflix show about that though.
that would be great. That'd be a really good show.
To be like, I want to be a YouTube video essayist for the rest of my life. This is my career path. That's I think you're gonna get solely destroyed and disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the dream with that would just be to be able to be like a ContraPoints or like H-Bomber guy where like you can like afford to put out one banger video a year and like spend a year working.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at that point you're an author. At that point you're an author. At that point you're just you're taking like that's like the new position that the author would take, because like books are kind of a dead medium.
Yeah,
I think
that's great. I 100%. That's the dream. Like it's funny too. Like I've seen like I used to see this more like where like people would like on Twitter like complain about how like, oh yeah, like it sucks that like all these like YouTubers are like only making like one video a year or whatever. Like and it's like, yeah, no, that's the dream. I don't want to have to fucking be like feeding these hogs.
Yeah, no, I don't want to feed the hogs either.
Yeah,
He says on a podcast called Horseshoe Theory.
Our podcast is good.
We hog it up.
We don't hog it up.
This is for the hogs.
oink oink oink.
All podcasts are hog slop.
Do you know how much worse this fucking podcast could be?
I mean, it's high quality slop. Don't get me wrong.
Do you know how much worse? No. I mean like it could be doing better and also be like worse content at the same time. And we actively we actively put our hearts into this podcast in a way that like I don't think anybody else. I think very few people do. You wince when I say that, but
yeah, I don't agree with you.
We're right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right. It gets bad. It could be bad.
Oh, this could be worse. And I think you should make it. I think you need a soundboard.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, we look. This could be like
I went on a podcast with a soundboard.
This
recently.
could be web.
That's what she said. Yeah.
We're getting Nick Land on as a Halloween special. Hyper-stitching that right now. I told you that, right? We're getting Nick Land on as a Halloween special.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've told me that.
I announced that to you.
Do you want to join
No.
us in hyperstition?
You have 10 days.
I know, it's really exciting. It's
Yeah.
like he's a great
Oh, that's
to it.
crazy.
It's scheduled. Yeah, we're getting Nick Land on as our Halloween special.
Brogan will often lie and call it a hyperstition. Okay, let's all hyperstition together.
We're getting Nick Land on.
Nick Land Halloween special.
Nick Land Halloween special.
Horseshoe Theory podcast.
Horseshoe Theory podcast. Nick Land Halloween special.
Land Halloween special.
Nick Land is going to come on our podcast.
Land's on our podcast.
We're announcing it right now.
We're announcing it right now.
Yeah,
We're announcing it right now.
Yeah, announcing it right now. I'm really excited to tell
This
you
is
guys.
great.
Nick Land is coming on our podcast as a Halloween special.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about Lemurian time wars and race realism, probably.
Probably.
It's going to go there.
I mean, he's not even going to bring it up. We're going to bring it up. Like, realistically.
He's like, oh, guys, I got off that like 20 years ago. Like, no, bring it back, Nick.
We don't actually like any of your other work.
You're the race realist guy. You're the race realist. Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Is there any podcast that's hired?
Lex Friedman.
Really?
No.
Podcast guest?
Like, is there any podcast that's like not slop content?
Any podcast that's not slop.
Joe Rogan's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he has good guests on.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it depends. I feel like, yeah. I don't know if Joe Rogan's slop. I get the feeling Joe Rogan likes what he does. I don't know. Like, honestly, yeah, I can't think of many podcasts that I think are slop. Like, there are ones for sure. I just don't listen to them, and I don't really know about them as much.
That aren't slop?
That aren't slop.
Aren't slop. I mean, like last podcast on the left puts like fucking so much research into the
yeah,
video.
they put a ton of work. Like, there's lots. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm not as attuned to the podcast space because there's just a few.
Yeah, I don't really listen to podcasts.
But I don't know. I feel like Like there's obviously a podcast. Well, actually no, because what I would have said would be like the ones you see on your Instagram reels or whatever, but those aren't even real podcasts. They just film it in a thing that makes it look like it's a podcast.
There's this new supplement. It made my dick 2 inches bigger. And he cuts to Joe Rogan and he's like, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. Wow, that's crazy. Pull that up. In an AI voice.
We got a sponsor, speaking of which.
For this podcast right now?
No, just in general. We got our first sponsorship offer.
We do sponsors of this podcast.
Oh, nice.
That's
cool.
Big moment.
What is it?
We can't tell you.
Okay.
Secret.
It's Nick Land.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Nick Land's sponsoring us with Techno Capital. Today's episode is brought to you by Techno Capital. It's technology and capital, all rolled into one convenient package.
The money we make off this podcast is Techno Capital. Your wage is not Techno Capital.
I know the Slopist podcast. It's so there's dad, like I think it's like daily dad jokes. And they literally just scrape our dad jokes and then just have someone like I'm pretty sure it's just like an AI voice saying it.
Damn, yeah, it doesn't get worse than that.
No, it does get worse than that because they also have a Daily Dad Jokes Explained podcast, which is where they have an AI explain each of these jokes. And AIs famously cannot understand jokes because it requires you to like think forwards and backwards, and they can't do that. And so it's just it's just an AI explaining dad jokes, and it is so fucked.
That's awesome. It's better than our podcast.
I mean, much better output rate. You know, they drop stuff every day.
I think what we're learning here is that slop and art, it's a large spectrum with a gradient in between.
I think what becomes art is decided afterwards. You can't really. I don't think like there's slop can become art.
Art. Slop can become art.
Slop can become art. Absolutely.
What's an example of this?
Like My Chemical Romance.
That was slop. That was never slop.
Yeah, I think it was a little sloppy.
No, it's a piece of work. Like it's music someone made.
It's like sloppy music.
With lyrics. I mean, it might not be like to your taste.
I think
now you think
it's art. Yeah.
Do you think it's art?
Yeah, I think it's art.
Do you think it's good?
I think it's good.
Do you think it's always been good?
No.
It only became good when people recognized this good.
No, it only became good when it had like the context of time passing imbuing it.
That's what makes art?
Yeah, that's what makes art better.
I think if you draw a picture and
all art is
that's art.
No, all art is slop.
I think if you write a novel, that's art.
No, I'm sick of the slop art dichotomy.
New dichotomy. Let's hear it.
No, not a new dichotomy. I think it's all art and it's all slop at the same time.
I'm sympathetic to that. I think there's always slop in my art and there's always art in my slop.
There should be.
Slop is really in the eye of the beholder, and they should try and get it out because that can cause an infection.
And so would you say that's the real horseshoe theory?
I think art slop is the real horseshoe theory.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, now we gotta murder this Jew. Are you the first Jew we've had?
No, we had Jane on.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
that was our first woman, so.
First woman, we covered a lot of ground in that episode.
We covered a lot of ground in this episode.
The first woman, first Jew, most hated guest.
Most hated guest. I'm not sure covering ground means anything to me anymore.
Yeah.
Apollo 16!
No, we must have had other Jews on.
What?
We must have had other Jews on.
Who?
Should have Maya on. Performance artist.
We should get Maya on.
Yeah. Have Maya on.
Who else am I thinking of? Sorry, I'm thinking like I'm creating Jews that don't exist in my head.
He's referencing Jews that haven't even been created yet.
Okay, art slop, real horseshoe theory.
I'm just imagining Jews everywhere, controlling everything, just pulling the strings.
Would you say that art?
We should interview them all.
Would you say the dichotomy of art and slop is the real horseshoe theory?
I'd say that's the real horseshoe theory.
Would you say and
I think
the
real that's a horseshoe
theory. Bang. That was the least enthusiastic bang we've done in a while.
Yeah.